The government has agreed to make Norwich a unitary authority. If the plan goes ahead, the City Council will be in charge of running all local services. But a similar bid for so-called home rule for Ipswich has been rejected.
If it happens, it'll be the biggest change to local government in Norfolk for more than 40 years. No more will the County Council have a say in running the affairs of Norwich. It'll all be done from here, City Hall.
You ask most of the people in Norwich what the City Council runs and what the County Council runs, they don't know. If you ask them how much the City Council tax is or the County Council tax is, they haven't got a clue. After this, we will have one council tax bill for council services, one local authority that they will vote and chuck out the councillors that are there, and it will be much more transparent. People will understand who they're supposed to be holding accountable.
Norwich's councillors and MPs have fought hard for unitary status. Already in charge of emptying the bins and doling out housing benefit, they'll take on new responsibilities: schools, libraries, social services, road gritting. Doing this in the long run will save millions of pounds, but opponents say it's an unnecessary waste of money. The County Council is planning a legal challenge.
We think that we can work better together, and we have been doing so, I would say, over the last few years. You don't need a costly structural reorganisation that will cost tens of millions of pounds to be able to do so.
This review of local government in the region has been long and expensive, and just about every option has been on the table. Ipswich had also been hoping for some kind of unitary status. Today, bemusement that they didn't get it while Norwich did.
What's good for them should have been the same for us. Miffed, cross, what a waste of money. What is this government playing at?
Tonight, the Conservatives said that if they won the next election, they would overturn the plans for Norwich because they were unwanted and expensive. Labour says that may not be as easy to do as they think. Home rule for Norwich has moved a step closer today, but with legal challenges and a general election pending, the reality is that the uncertainty is going to continue for some time to come. Andrew Sinclair, BBC Look East in Norwich.
A concerted effort is underway in Harlow to help workers at Glaxo Kline after the company announced it was cutting 380 jobs in the town. The council is coordinating with local welfare and training organisations to support redundant staff. The job losses will be in the research unit, and most of the workers are highly qualified specialists. The police in Essex have released CCTV pictures of an arsonist who started a fire in a fuel yard. 4 lorries were destroyed. Fire crews fought to stop the fire from spreading to fuel storage tanks on Saturday. The police say they're now looking for just one person.
The body of an elderly woman has been found outside a house in Suffolk. The police were called to Lower Road in Hundham by the person who found the woman. She was declared dead at the scene. The house has been cordoned off while a forensic examination takes place.
Snow and icy roads made the journey to work difficult for some this morning. Despite the warnings, the police in Norfolk had to deal with a number of accidents. Amelia Reynolds is in Norwich now. Amelia, how bad did it get?
Well, let me begin by showing you some pictures of what it was like in the city centre, right where I'm standing, in fact, early this morning. And the blizzard was short-lived, but it came just at rush hour, just at the wrong time, if you like, as people were trying to get to work. You can see people struggling there on foot, but things were even worse on the roads, thanks to early morning icy conditions. Now, the police in Norfolk called to 63 accidents. This vehicle came off the A1151 north of Wroxham, but there were accidents on most of the main roads out of Norwich, including the A47, the A11 and the A140, and we are getting reports that ice is once again causing problems tonight.
And I assume all those accidents were due to the weather?
Well, the police believe the snow and ice were certainly a factor, and I know we've heard it before, but once again today they were urging drivers to be careful.
We ask that people keep their distances from the vehicles in front, allow extra planning for conditions like this, and if it does start snowing as it is now, then make sure you leave plenty of room for the vehicle in front and drive in as high gear as possible to stop your wheels from slipping.
And that advice looks like it will come in handy again tomorrow. Jules will be here with a full weather forecast.
Amelia, thank you very much.
In football, Ipswich moved up a place in the Championship after beating QPR 2-1 last night. They're now 5th from bottom. But the other teams picking up points as well. They are still only 1 point clear of the relegation zone.
Led out by skipper John Walters, Ipswich emerged at Loftus Road under increasing pressure. But the travelling fans have stayed loyal despite witnessing just one away win all season. Ipswich were in the mood to change that, and David Norris gave them the perfect start. 8 minutes in, a shot, a deflection, 1-0. Town had chances for a second before they got another. Eventually it came from Daryl Murphy. Coolly taken, the striker's second goal in as many games since arriving on loan from Sunderland. QPR made life more difficult for Ipswich after the break. Jay Simpson's goal midway through the second half set up a nervy finish. Aaron Lee Barrett was called into action once, then twice, but on neither occasion really tested. David Healy had the chance for his first Ipswich goal, the Irishman though perhaps still a little rusty. Town held on. The win moves Roy Keane's team up a place in the table, but they're still just a point clear of the bottom three.
Well, it is very tight, and listen, you know, footballers and managers and staff are human beings, but it's part of the job, and if you don't get results, it obviously brings pressure, and we've not had enough wins this season. We're certainly not comfortable where we are in the league, but we know if we can get 2 or 3 victories together, you soon get up the table, but of course we've not managed to do that, so hopefully this is the start of a few to come.
So, relief for Keane and co. Town back to winning ways. Still much work to be done. With 17 games left, they'll need a few more victories to guarantee another season in the Championship. Tom Williams, BBC Look East.
A winding up order against Southend United has been adjourned for 28 days. The League One club paid a tax bill of £2.1 million 3 months ago. Despite this, Her Majesty's Revenue and Customs says the club still owes them £205,000.
Now, there's not much we can do about getting older, but we can all try to stay as fit as we can. Well, take Gordon Batterham, for example. Today he's been celebrating his 100th birthday by showing the youngsters how to do it.
A steady hand, a good eye and a straight aim. Gordon Batterham has been playing bowls for 60 years and has been a regular here at Lynn Sporting Kings Lynn for 10 of those. Up until very recently, he's played 3 times a week and can still give the others a run for their money.
Well, he's been doing it for 60 to 70 years. It's practice, really. And the more you do it, the better you'll get. And he is still a good player. You'd rather have him on your side than against you.
Lynn Sport staff and fellow bowlers turned out today to give the popular centenarian a bit of a surprise.
He's 100 today and he plays marvellous. A friend and I made up a squad for him to keep him, going, as it were. Yeah, and he's a charming man.
Gordon used to be a farmer and puts his longevity down to being patient and content. Good skills for a bowler too. Happy by nature, some things can still disappoint him. Well, just a bit.
And I've got to ask you, what did you feel when you got your card from the Queen?
Well, excited.
I thought you wanted Prince Philip to have signed it, though.
You should have known that. I thought he was going to deliver that on his bicycle.
Gordon always plays on his favourite rink, uses his stick to steady himself, and 100 years on agrees he's had a good rub of the green. Carol Bundock, BBC Look East, Kings Lynn.